Yeah, massive fire, like you can see here on Jefferson Avenue. Detroit police and the fire department both tell me that 6 firefighters have been injured. 5 are at local hospitals. 1 has already been back to the scene here. He's going to be okay. All had to be rescued from the fire and are at local hospitals. Again, this happened at the corner of Copland and Jefferson when a fire broke out at a strip mall complex that houses a party store, a beauty shop, and a Metro PCS cell phone store. There was a fire, an explosion, the roof collapsed, and those firefighters were hurt. Next door is a vacant building, an apartment building. You might be able to see it. It was formerly called the Applegate Apartments, but again, it's been vacant for a couple of years, actually. And across the street is the well-known Go Lightly Vocational Building. Jefferson is shut down right now between Alter and Dickerson. It's a major commuter route, of course, but the amount of thick black smoke out here just makes the road impassable at times. Right now, the smoke is kind of off of the street level, but at times it does pretty much cover the entire street. I just got off the phone with the spokesperson from the Firefighters Union. He tells me he's on his way to the hospital right now to visit the injured firefighters and find out their condition. He says they were pulling down plywood off of the building when the wall came tumbling down. That's the scene right now on Jefferson Avenue. We'll be out here all morning to keep you updated. Back to you guys.
All right, we'll check in with you soon, Michael. Thank you very much for that live report. Really rough video to look at there. We want to check in now on the phone with Robin Kyle, who was driving by when this was happening. Robin, can you hear us? Robin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Robin, what did you see?
Well, I was coming up Jefferson going west towards downtown, and you could see the smoke. And when I got here, I stopped and got out and got closer to the fire, and a wall came down, and there was so much smoke I couldn't tell that there were actually firemen under the wall or next to it. But then I saw like half a dozen firefighters going over there frantically removing the bricks and debris, and shortly thereafter they pulled at least 1 fireman. I think I saw 3 firemen pulled out from under it, and one of them didn't appear to be doing very well. He wasn't moving a lot, and they in fact put him, I think, in a fire truck and transported him going towards Beaumont in Grosse Pointe. And then an ambulance took, I think, 2 other firefighters that they pulled out from under the debris. And they've been putting water on it for the last, at least hour and a half, hour and 50 minutes. And they're still doing that now. So the DFD in action is very good, but it's real dangerous work, obviously.
We're talking with Robin Kyle, a witness to this fire on Detroit's east side, as you can see, talking about what he saw this morning. You said they've been putting water on it for about an hour to an hour and a half. When did this fire start, do you think? I
don't know. I had stopped for coffee right up at Alter, and I was coming from Grosse Pointe Park, and I stopped for coffee, and then and I noticed the smoke. But I didn't think it was that big of a fire until I got closer, and the smoke just seemed to increase. And they had Jefferson blocked off going both ways, and probably 6 or 7 fire trucks, including 3 ladders, putting water on the fire.
What a scene. Now, Robin, I wanted to ask you, because of the angle of our camera, because they've blocked off that road as they attack this fire and try to help those firefighters, it's hard to kind of get a picture for what that building looks like. How many stories is it, and is the whole front of it brick?
Yeah, the whole front of it is brick. It's a 2-story building, and there's a building next to it that, from my vantage point, it now looks like one of the ladders is putting water on that building. In fact, that's been true for the last 15 minutes or so. So there's a building next to it. I drive by it every day going to work. It's a 2-story building as well. I think it's vacant, but it looked like it was an old office building, and I'm pretty sure it's vacant. And there's a Metro PCS store in the building that I can see, which is east of, just right next to, but east of the office building. And now I see a lot of flames coming from, apparently, the second building.
Wow.
And I hadn't seen that before.
So it sounds like it's spreading.
My lay opinion, they're going to be doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Because the smoke keeps getting bigger and thicker and darker.
And a quick follow-up question to the one I just asked you, Robin. When you saw the wall fall, it was all 2 stories of the brick wall falling onto the sidewalk?
Mm-hmm. The front wall fell from 2 stories up to the ground. And, it wasn't clear to me that there were firefighters there until after the fall because of the smoke. But then when I saw, half a dozen firefighters frantically going over there, throwing bricks and removing debris, it was clear that at least, a firefighter was under it. But it was a considerable amount of bricks, and they, like I said, they pulled out about 3 firefighters.
Robin, you said you saw them pulling out the firefighters, so it was actually brick, the front brick that you and Alicia were just talking about, that these firefighters were buried under? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
And now, and to follow up too, you're talking about the second building. I don't know what you can see from your vantage point, but the new flame shooting up, you said that's the second building?
It is apparently spread to the building right next to the building that has the Metro PCS.
Is that a 2-story building as well?
I'm sorry?
Is that a 2-story building as well?
Yeah, that's a 2-story building. Yep. It's an office building. And I'm 99% sure it was abandoned. I don't remember seeing any activity there for the last 10 years.
Robin,